Thanks for tuning in to what's happening in and around Grace Church. We are so grateful for you and how the Lord has equipped and called you. And we just want to champion you in the faith. We want to remind you to spend time before His throne each and every day, to find rest in His presence, to take the weight off your shoulders and to give it to Him and to submit to Him as Lord afresh again in your life, because we all need to do it each and every day, whether it be the anxiety, the stress, the busyness of life. We all need to stop and just be present with the Lord so that we can rest before His throne. With that in mind, we have a few things that are coming up that I want you to be aware of. And one is a call to help those who are in need of rest, those who are being abused and afflicted. We've mentioned a few times how October is Domestic Abuse and Violence Awareness Month. And our DART team, which is our Domestic Abuse Response Team, is hosting a event to help us learn how to discern what happens in a child. What does a child look like? What are the warning signs when a child is being abused at home? And what are the mandated reporting laws? I want to make sure I'm upholding what's legally binding. And so we want to encourage anyone who has interest, anyone who's just kind of wondering about how to learn more, how to grow in this area. On November 4th, you are invited to come and join from 6 to 8 p.m. in the youth room, and they're bringing in the representative from the Delta County Child Advocacy Center, and they're going to be sharing about how to see some of these warning signs as well as what you're responsible for in that. We want to be a church that is aware and that is ready to help in time of need. And so this is a valuable training for us to enter into. Secondly, on that Saturday before, we have a Best Agers Soup and Salad event where there will be games available and whatnot. It'll be from noon to 4 on that day. And we are just excited for the time of fellowship, being together, being able to enjoy one another's company and some good food as well. And so look to joining that if you are in that Best Agers group. I just want to leave you with one thought, and maybe you've picked up on it already, but as we're continuing our journey through the book of Hebrews, we're finding that there's these powerful warnings that build a little anxiousness in us, that it's almost a little unsettling to receive those warnings. And what we're about to get into is this idea of God's rest, that He provides for us, that He demonstrates Himself, and He invites us into. And so my question for you is, as we draw closer to Sunday and we gather for worship, would you be praying about what does it mean to reclaim biblical rest? If you could make an adjustment in your life, if you could pivot somewhere so that you could have a greater degree of biblical rest, how would you do that? How would you reclaim the type of rest that God has called you to live out in your life? It's a beautiful and wonderful gift. It's something He invites us into, and we're going to be talking about what it means to enter into it well together. That's what we're going to be talking about as we gather on Sunday. We are excited to worship the Lord with you, and I hope you have a good rest of your weekend.